Thing gone mad. Politician now we going mad. Look how they destroying Trinidad. Tax people money only wasting, and the poor people just keep suffering. Politician now we going mad. Look how they destroying Trinidad. Politician now we going mad. Look how they thieving out Trinidad. Tax people money only wasting, and the government talk about winning. Politician now we going mad. Look how they destroying Trinidad. Tax people money only wasting, and the government talk about winning. Hey, hey, hey. I miss the fake oil race, kidnapping, murder. Get out the face, no roads, no water. The golf course blooming, but the pitch lake missing. 1% media pushing an agenda. Failed state company paying huge salary. Gas going up, when will the hardship stop? Rich in birth, laughing at we. No riot yet. Yes, we should be the biggest budget in history. But they saying that the treasury empty. Who thief more from all are we? The PNM or the UNC? Keep the faith and time will tell. No more racial voting, let them burn in hell. Things matter, look how they destroying Trinidad. Politician are we going mad? Look how they thieving out Trinidad. Tax people money only wasting, and the government talk about winning. Politician are we going mad? Look how they thieving out Trinidad. Hey! Live sports gone with all we money. No one get charged, minister too busy. If they not romping, you know they roaming. Females reporter, you know they buying. Hard working PNM minister playing with himself on camera. That is why no work can't be done. Where is the heritage children's life fund? Kamla bill, a low income house, $1 million each, what a loss. New road bill, mash up already. Cost to contracts to friends and family. The system was designed by thieves in parliament to protect each other from getting judgment. No one get charged, no matter how they steal. Divide us by race, that is the deal. Things mad, look how the thieving out Trinidad. The politician, are we going mad? Look how they destroying Trinidad. Tax people money only wasting, and the government talk about winning. Politician are we going mad? Look how they thieving out Trinidad. Hey! Lick it to Jumbie, Bridgeman Ferry, Sandal, scandal, corruption, secrecy. Maxi get taxpayers' money, foreign health bill you see. Now tell me, Mr. Rowley, what about the poor in the country? Tourism dead, housing failure, healthcare don't care, education disaster. Agriculture minister planting nothing. Culture ministry discriminating. National insecurity. Justice system killing we. 1% benefit from criminality. Kamla Keat, same party. Every ministry is a joke in the country. When will you open up your eyes and see? Things mad. Look how the thieving out Trinidad.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and beautiful Tobago. How are you today? How are you coping with everything that is going on through and throughout Trinidad and, of course, the rest of the world? Well, we are here just about 16 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. My name is TC. In my company, the big man in the business, the heavy-duty man, the man who does hot up your head. And the song played in the background there, I only made out the voice coming down to the end. The voice of Waka Man, boy, the psycho. Yeah. Oh, Lord. I wouldn't even...
I like this song, though.
You like it?
I like it too bad.
I would expect that.
I love that song.
I would expect that, Debbie. I wasn't expecting anything else.
Yeah, I love that song. It don't matter how psycho he is. He talk real.
He talk real.
Trevor says one video. And it's the best I ever hear Trevor says. No, Trevor says that matter.
Yeah, Trevor says.
Yeah, they say Trevor says matter. Trevor says do a video on social media, and it's the best I think he didn't smoke anything that day, and he had was no disrespect to Trevor says, but yeah, that video, I gave you kudos on that video. He talked real. I was
what
shocked.
he spoke about?
He talk about what's going on in the country and regards to the people, how we
reacting to
black
it,
people, especially black people, why we not into business and why we not, you know, why we just study into cost Rowley and cost this one and cost that one.
I saw that.
And we don't own anything in the country, and why we don't get ourselves, you know. Yeah.
Basically, it's a sibling.
Your sibling, yeah. So that video.
Real talk, yeah.
Yeah. I said, what Trevor says.
Yeah, you jump out.
You jump out yourself there, but normally that's that. Anyway, I want to say good afternoon to each and everyone locked on to the Street 919 FM. Those of you locked on Facebook, in YouTube, right? Just remember to check us out on Facebook, Street 919 FM Live, and on YouTube is IWER TV.
IWER TV on YouTube.
Right?
You see what's happening with my...
Are we live?
I believe so.
I hope we are live.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Let me check and see. So, Heavy, what you have to... we have
okay. Today...
Yeah.
Today, well, no, we
have one question to ask. But
well, ask a question, because when I go into this topic here, this topic going to be kind of steamy and heated today. I think I drop the background vocals, the background instrumental.
Right. Yeah. One question I have to ask, and this just popped up on me because school is closed for most. It's the end of the school term.
I hope it's not there going what I was going, education,
one question I want to ask.
What is that?
Booklist is out. Well, it's coming out, and some people has their booklets already, and some people are waiting to get their own this week, right? How
we going to buy books?
Yeah, the major part of the public gonna
buy books. Okay,
it's
the same thing.
It's the
same thing.
That just came up to me because I know there's a lot of places of the private sector. The private sector is still closed,
and not even if they're closed. How people get money to buy books?
But that's what I'm telling you. And then some of them may not open back when it's time to open back. Some of the businesses will not open back. Right? So then
why are we still in the book?
I just worried about that.
We still doing using books.
Books. Yeah. When all schooling is happening online right now.
Now, TC, I just want
the bookstore to make money.
Of course. It's agenda. I spoke about this 5 years ago, right on this same radio station, and a whole topic with this me and Aisha Wells about this whole book agenda. It have schools across the world that don't use books no more. It have audiobook, it have books you could just download it online.
Yeah.
And you the book. Sometimes you don't matter read the book. The computer reading the book for you. You understand? The teacher go in front of the classroom, tell them to go on your tablets and go on whatever page on that book that they have on your tablet. You don't have to buy the book, you can download it. There are bookstores online. You don't even have to buy the book. Especially educational books, you get free.
Wow.
We still buying books here in 20th, 21st century when the whole people is coming. And let me tell you something, I want to say this. As we talking about that, I'm going straight into it one time. SEA was just Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday one. And first thing I want to say, congratulations to all the students that went out and did their SEA.
Yeah, because this one would be a tough one for them.
Yes, and good luck to you.
Yeah.
Right? And I am saying no. Right? The SEA test that happened 2021 last week, this Thursday gone day, was the biggest unfair, fast, corrupt SEA it will ever had in history, and I make no apologies for saying that.
You had to explain that to me because I question.
And I'm going to explain it to you. Yeah. And I'm saying it so fast. Now, we all know the whole system prior to this, but I want to go back to that education system we have here in Trentaville with regards to this SEA thing. First was common entrance, I know it's SEA, but I want to go to this year now. How can we say that this SEA exam is fair for children across the board when we had thousands of children that had no device and no internet to do online classes and couldn't afford to buy a phone or a tablet, or parents couldn't afford to pay for internet, right, to the internet providers on them, which are private. And I am saying that this SCA was unfair to thousands of poor people, children, who couldn't afford to use a device or buy a device for the children, or even afford to pay for internet for them to do the classes online so that they'll be ready for this SCA 2021. So I am saying, how can you tell me that some of these children go out there to do SCA on Thursday and miss a whole year of school online? Now, for the parents who could afford it, who could afford to pay the internet bill and could afford to buy a device for the children, kudos to you, right? But let's not forget the thousands of children that couldn't afford to even have a device or internet. And I want to go back to a certain government manifesto that said they will provide free internet for the entire nation, which is not impossible, right? But because of the privatization of the companies, that big business that buy into politics via finances, you understand? When it comes to election time, right? Government going into internet now and giving it free to the public will put a burden on some of these big business pocket. But look how it come back to backlash the children. I understand how the thing going on. We can't touch that because people making money from it. And these people are we friends and we financiers. But what about the children and them who couldn't afford to pay for internet? Right? And it's not impossible because the government have more than 50% shares in a state-owned company that provides internet. Okay? So you have no excuses. It have it there already. You understand? So what I'm going to say, I don't care who vexes me. I am not talking about the people who send their children to school and get the online classes and went and do the SCA and all of that. I'm talking to I'm speaking on behalf of the children that was not educated or prepared to do that SCA come Thursday there, and it is unfair to them. And whatever pass they get, whatever school they pass for, right? I am saying it's a farce. I don't know what to call it. It's demonizing. It's the worst to know that people trying to get a child in a school.
Yeah, it could break the children and all.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine a child prepare from standard 1 to standard 4. And when you reach standard 4 to sit there, see now, COVID come, everybody had a stay home thing, and they do not know, now can't afford. The parents buy the books and everything, but now everything going online. The whole thing switch, and that's a show.
And you know, there are some very intelligent, unfortunate children.
You were telling me? Those who could fall through the cracks. You see those who poor and could fall through the cracks, boy, who are potential, they lost opportunity. They lost opportunity.
They are the ones that will come in school with nothing.
Yes.
And make something of themselves.
That's
but
correct.
Now that when they do have the facilities, they do have that
no
provided for them, because you could come to school. Your mother could even send you with nothing to eat.
Yeah.
Your shoes burst, your mother could send you.
But you will still learn something.
But you will still learn, because they have that they have that kind of special intelligence that they will sit down there and do their best.
And not only that, you know, they had a lot of struggle with a lot of children to adjust to the classroom to this watching this computer screen and watching the screen to do classes.
Yeah.
You understand? And I am saying, I was told that the SCA this year was a little bit different and lenient because of the what happened with COVID. So I heard that to take out some of the hard things that
to make it a little easier.
To make it a little easier. But there were still children that didn't get to learn and prepare. And I am saying, right, that this could have been fixed, right, by making sure free internet. It was promised. It was promised on a political platform. It was promised on a manifesto. It was promised, right? And now we try and suffering for it. You understand? So now, the devices now is our next thing. And they go say, oh, heavy to UNC, but can I get the children and them free laptops? And now let's stop the laptop program. Now they need laptops. To revamp the laptop program now, and now the whole
don't
thing.
have money for it.
Okay. Why stop a good thing? And to me, it doesn't matter who bring it, you know.
It do have money for it.
You understand? Because when that was stopped, I was saying, why does stopping this move forward in the right direction with regards to technology and things? People start to talk and children was using one laptop to watch porn, and they're taking the laptop to play music and all kind of thing. All the negative they could find in it, but they couldn't find the positive. All the laptop of them was old laptop, and the laptop of them was mashing up. Everything, you know, negative. And up to now, they cannot bring the statistics. And this is why I like to tell people, the statistics, how much children was using the laptop to watch porn? Where's the statistics? You don't have it. How much children was using the laptop to play music? Where's the statistics? You don't have it.
Where's the percentage?
Where's the percentage of laptop and mash up? Where's the statistics? You don't have it. But you're just talking out of your bottom. You understand? You're regurgitating where you're telling people they are a script to read, and regurgitating it on national radio and regurgitating it all over the place, and you have no proof to back up what you're saying. And then they want to tell me I talking crap. But what is good is good. It doesn't matter what government bring it to forward. Once it's benefiting the people, and people need to understand that. People need to understand that when something comes forward to benefit the people, don't fight it. Right? Look today. People are still out there struggling, suffering, and cannot afford to buy food. Man doing video, look how much for this in certain groceries. Look how much for that in certain groceries. You see the videos?
Yeah, boy, things really
expensive.
Things really flying up.
But I don't want to switch gears. I want to ask the nation today, right? Did you think that this SEA 2021 that happened Thursday was fair to the children that sat it in Trinidad and Tobago, that sat that SEA exam? Do you think that it was fair? Because I believe that they could have hold up on the SEA and just, based on what the test and that term exam test they do last how much years ago, use that to determine who go to what school.
The last.
And that term exam was something because between me and you, TC, children had training and go to school for almost 2 years, a year and something.
They should have brought back all the children closer to the exam.
To the exam.
Yeah. And some people would say, but you see, mad eyes when the numbers went up and that kind of difficult. But closer to the exam, they should have brought the children back to the classroom. Plain talk.
Let's see who's on the lines. Let's see who's on the lines. We see it.
That's the only way. That's the only way to really prepare.
And even if they could do half and half. Meaning that if it's have 20 children in a class,
right,
10 in a class separate.
Because let me tell you why they could have brought in the children closer to the exam. Right? It have government building that they are closing down because of financial gain, right? Right?
Yeah.
And it's running as normal, right? Right. So if they will take the risk to run as normal because of financial gain for education, it could, I mean, we could have done that. It have 20 children in the class.
Yeah.
10 come Monday, 10 come Tuesday.
And rotate it.
Yeah. The 10 will come back Wednesday, the 10 will come back Thursday. And then the following week, they said that get 2 days, will get 3.
3 days, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And you could space out the children. You could go as far as to try and get the parents to get somebody to drop them and
pick them back up.
So nobody wouldn't have to be
waiting,
traveling.
That's correct.
You understand?
That's correct. Or even imply revamp the school bus system.
The school bus system.
And pay the people and them the money, the maxi drivers and them the money. We're all owing them so long.
Yeah, and let them pick them up by the school and drop them home. Only for that 2 months or period, preparing them up to the exams or whatever. You understand? Because
and we saying open back the whole school, no, just the SEA children.
Just the SEA.
Yeah.
And let me tell you how far I would have carried this. If it's just the SEA children, I wouldn't have to do 2 days.
No, because it have other classrooms.
I could utilize 2 classrooms.
2 classrooms, right. Good. And just get another teacher to come out.
And just get another teacher to come out.
Yep.
You understand? A standard 4 teacher could teach
standard 5. Yeah.
Because
she just had to go through the syllabus.
In primary school, they switch up the teachers at times.
Yeah.
Your standard 5 teacher doesn't say standard 5 teacher for the rest of your life.
No.
Sometimes they move around. You understand? Sometimes some of the teachers became seniority and heads to being the principal of the school.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So nobody can call and say, well, all right, the standard 5 teacher is the standard 5 teacher for the last 30 years. You understand? It does switch up. But they could have substitute, as I said, prepare the teachers, get 2 teachers to come out and split up the children, 10 in a class, 10 in a class, 15 in a class, 15 in a class, whatever the amount. You understand? So your question today, ready to open the phone lines?
Yeah, ready to open the phone lines. Do you think that the SCA exam was fair to the children of Trinidad and Tobago that couldn't afford to get a laptop, or parents couldn't afford to pay for internet or any device for them to get to do their studies, to do the SCA? Was it fair to them?
Was it fair to the children
Yeah,
of
for Trinidad and Tobago.
Was it fair?
Was it fair?
Like we don't sectionize.
Yeah, we don't
each other.
sectionize. Yeah.
Was it fair to the children of Trinidad and Tobago to head into this exam? And this is one of their toughest exams, because I look at this exam as tougher than CXC, although CXC is more important than this. I look at this exam as one of their toughest because it's one of their first major exams.
Yeah. Trinidad is crying thing for this exam.
Yeah, it's one of their first. And parents put a lot of pressure on the children.
Yeah.
You understand?
Which needs to stop, eh?
Yeah, that needs to stop. Needs to stop. So you know our numbers. You can call us up right now. 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791. And Heavy.
That 466 number, we good?
I believe so.
466-5391. That's 466-5391. And international 718-874-3860. I don't think that number is working though.
The international.
Yeah, call us on WhatsApp though. 771-1791.
Right. So call us. Heavy wants to find out about the exam. I want to find out how is the parents gonna prepare to buy books. Is the Prime Minister gonna come today and just say, okay, next week we're gonna open up food? You expecting anything today?
No.
You expecting anything?
No.
No?
No.
Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
TC and Heavy.
Yeah, man.
Good afternoon.
I hear I listening Heavy, but you know, my answer to that is, Heavy and TC, you can't go and sit a driving test and pass it without a car. Yeah?
Yeah.
You cannot consider driving test and pass it without a car. So, it's the same way you cannot go to sit an exam and never had devices or any access to do any work at all for the past, for past year, 14 months, you know, and then they put you in a class to sit there. So you go in there, somebody's trying to go in and guessing to see what they could do. I mean, some may have a an idea, but it still wouldn't be 100%. You know, the most you will get is people, the ones who didn't have devices, they would be at a 60% level when they could have been at 100% level with their devices. You understand? And I will tell you something. When this thing started, these people like to compare America to Trinidad, but I want to tell them something today. Every school sent an iPad for every child. I got 4 iPads as soon as this pandemic started.
Wait, Brooklyn, press pause. I want you to repeat that. I want to make it clear that every school, is here, every class.
Every school, the children had to go to the teacher by the school or the parent and pick up the iPad with a name. Every child iPad, Apple iPad had a name on it for the child.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And now as they're going back into the school, what they're doing, they continue in the online school, but they're doing it like a period in the school so they wouldn't forget about the online classes. So they have now the iPad in the school while the school is going on.
Wow.
Because these things is very important for the future, the children. And for some reason,
Brooklyn, just let the people know, is your children going to private school or a pay school or government school?
No, my children going to public school.
Public school, good.
I
don't want nobody to say them as private school, them children going to get that.
My children is going to a public school, is a charter school. And as I say, as soon as they came home, it wasn't a good week after. the Apple iPads came for the children, and they got, and I had my children had the tablets and all these things already, but they get the Apple iPad from the school assigned to the child. You understand? As soon as so that they can continue schooling. So each child who had to go and sit an exam had a fair chance of, and every day they had their online school classrooms, everything. They even had gym through the online class.
Gym too?
Gym too.
Wow.
They had gym classes. So this is something so important that we missing out, that these children didn't have a chance. Again, heavy is because of not planning things the right way. And I will tell you something. This is not really a bad thing for for the people who going to benefit from this. You know why? Because there going to be more poor people, children having to go and be laborers for the business people in the country. That is exactly what I'm going to turn out to.
Wow.
All you have a best, but heavy.
Yes, brother.
I want TC to listen to that song. I keep asking to play for him because I want to hear what he had to say about that song.
I don't have it on
To
my
Serve With Love.
I know the song you're working for. I will take what we're going to get on YouTube.
I want to hear what he started to say from since that time to now. I want to hear TC, you see. I want to hear what you had to say about that. Have a blessed day, all you.
Brooklyn, I have nothing to say.
I know, because TC, you haven't even hear this song yet. To Serve With Love from my show. Even if you listen it on the side by yourself, TC, listen to how long this problem we having.
Yep.
And it continue to go on and nothing changing. Yeah?
Thank you.
Now we children feeling it. And then, people will come on the phone and say, well, who tell them to be poor? Who tell their parents that they can't afford a tablet? Who tell the parents they can't afford internet? And then they go blame.
People that say that?
But people going to call the phone and say that. People going to call the phone and blame the people who couldn't afford it. People going to call the phone and say that.
Brooklyn, they can't call here and say that. They can call Aisha show and say that. They can call Google show and say that. They can call the morning show and say that. They can't call here and say that. Here we defend the poor. We don't defend politicians here, no. We defend the poor. Two different P's. Okay?
Heavy, listen. Heavy, the government could work out something with these people who deal with the computers and the tablets and they
the cutting with China where everything does make these the cutting with China to borrow money and all kind of thing. They could have bring tablets for the children. Right?
Yes.
Understand what I'm saying? They want to make deal with China to build this and build that and build this and build that to get kickback and all kind of construction all over the place. Make deal to get tablets for the children. China everything.
They don't care about the education of the future. That's the whole point of it. They don't care about it because why? Somebody gonna benefit from these children who didn't have a fair chance.
Thank you.
Somebody gonna benefit from these children because of it could be cheap labor. And these children could have been, as you say, going through the cracks. They could have made the breakthrough and they stopped the breakthrough. Have a good day.
Yes, brother. Thanks.
You can continue to call us. I see the phone calls are coming, so I'll continue to take those calls. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hey, afternoon, Heavy TC.
Yeah,
good
man.
afternoon.
Philip here.
Yeah, Philip.
What going on, fellas?
All cool. What's up?
Well, anytime you're calling this program and you're going through like that, because it's a topic
that nobody can, they can't come to jam nobody with this here.
So what's up, right? People that want to enter this program at all.
Correct is right.
When especially when it benefiting the intelligent public. I will tell you something, Heavy. The next time we meet, or we had a meetup, I want to bring my daughter laptop for you to see. The one she got when Kamala then wasn't power.
She still had a laptop?
And it's working perfect.
So how they say the laptop and them good and it old and it mashing up quick?
Well, I don't know about them. But when you take care of things, you're going to think it. I have it. It's working very, very good. But in fact, my daughter improved. She was working and then she's 22 now.
Right.
And the laptop's still there. She gave her wife it because she got
the same laptop that Kamala gave to the children and them how many years ago?
Heavy, you come home by me already. When you come, I'm going to show you the laptop. I'm going to bring it and show you everything working. Perfect. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you something. Most of the people who had laptop in those times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody children are telling them, when I tell them here, I tell them what I look. Most of the children, they was breaking the code or whatever it is, and they was entering into like downloading all kind of thing and porn movies and all kind of thing, and the laptop and them, most of them get viruses.
Oh.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that is why some of them end up crashing and all them kind of things. But other than that, the laptop was working perfectly.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
And it's a benefit to the children. And I would not say you're denying children for laptops and them kind of thing, because it is beneficial. The world today is technology.
Correct.
We are locked down today, and this is what is helping the children.
Correct.
If we didn't have, if we didn't have these kind of things, where would have been the position, partner? You understand?
Yeah.
That is one point. Next thing I want to say is concerning the food places and all that kind of thing. Now I noticed something: grocery selling food, bakery selling food. I have no issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't the fast service like KFC, Mario's, and Burger King and these places open up and only do the drive-through, which wouldn't have much people,
Mm-hmm.
and they will be very much separated because you're using drive-through and deliveries only.
Only
Because
drive-through
you're
and deliveries. Correct, is right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll ease up the burden in the bakeries. If you go buy any bakery at any given time, there's line.
It's line,
If, if you go buy any grocery and you're watching the meat packing section, you will see it have over 10 or 12 people in the meat packing section alone. How much people KFC does have?
Plenty.
In the back, about,
Right? We talk about working?
working.
Yeah, no,
In
there's not
KFC.
much, about 5 or 6 people.
Exactly. And you have one cashier because your mama is deliveries and
And drive-through alone, yeah.
right? So why you cannot operate these businesses and you will create a little job for people? People really suffering heavy.
Yeah,
I have a partner called me yesterday for a little money and it run late. I couldn't go and drop it to him. When I go on this morning, the man crying, the man frustrated, the man was a, I tell you, the man was a businessman. The man thinks real hard. The man, why he say, why contemplating suicide, but he say, I can't take it, become a landlord. The man say he make up $1,500 and give the landlord, and the landlord still downing him down for the money. He say, but he don't know what to do. The man has nothing to eat. Look, I know when can drop something from the bed.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah,
people, not everybody could take this pressure, boy. And you will hear people calling the program and the other program on them, right? And they're talking all kind of stupidness, boy. And Bartari and them calling and talking all kind of foolishness about them.
Don't call him name, please. Don't call him
yeah,
name.
but I'm sorry, no, mind you, he does make some real good contribution, But when you come into this, all you have to come better than that. If there are people, while there are some playing the pool, there are some people playing the, going through real pressure, boy, heavy.
Yes.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I want people to take that into consideration. While they might have some giving trouble and doing stupidness, there are some who genuinely need help, brother.
Thank you, brother.
That is my point today.
All
And
right,
that's what I
brother.
want people to understand.
All right, man.
Right?
Thank you, Philip.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting a little bash on the Facebook here.
Who bashing me on the Facebook?
Christine Edwards is saying.
I doesn't want to hear them on the Facebook. Them have to do the SCA over, you know.
You understand?
Them need to go and do the SCA.
They need to, Christine need to go and do the SCA.
Yeah, them need to do the SCA
Yes,
because I
yeah.
used to see some of them on the station. All they want to come and say,
end up like Kingsley.
you're talking crap and you're songing and songing, but they can't come and bring a point here.
Yeah,
They
she's not
can't
bringing-
come and
she's
bring
not bringing
a
any
point
points.
to say
She
that
say
what
your
I am
views
saying
wouldn't
is
reach
wrong.
100, your views wouldn't reach 100, and
I'm not doing this based on views. I'm here to what you feel like it's them other talk shows who come in here to look for fame or they just come and say greatest whatever and they get your views going up, Yeah, I don't talk to sheepers. Hello.
Good afternoon, TC and
good afternoon, darling.
TC. Heavy.
Yes.
Heavy. When I hear you talk sometime in the week, I said that's not heavy.
You hear me talk sometime
That's
in the
not
week?
heavy. You.
Uh-huh.
I said when I hear you talk in the week,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that was heavy. I feel so proud of you. I feel so proud they could say go and ask something. You could still ask the minister for something. You could still ask the minister for something and you'll get it. So why people stay there? Why people staying at home? Their home? People could go and get. So sure, minister coming for 110. You can't get a choice away. So whether we know the thing hard, and we know people. I don't know who people suffer. When people call in, tell them, call out, let them tell a list. Call a list. I want to call a list. I pay for this thing, and I'm glad you pay them because everybody. I have been so proud. Everyone of the MP could give somebody something. Okay, I just be so happy. Me tell me my heart. I claim this government. I could believe they could give everybody something. Everybody. I'll be so proud of that. We ain't bashing nobody. People say they're hungry. Give everybody. Give everybody. Because we're in mountain, everybody pushing their trolley.
All right, Auntie, thank you. Thank you very much.
Everybody pushing their trolley.
All right, darling.
All right.
Yes.
Now, TC, I want to clear up this earlier on this week here.
Yeah.
Earlier on this week, I had called Aisha Wells' show, right? And I supported what Aisha Wells was saying, right? And people take my views out of context and started.
I tell you, stop calling people program.
Listen to me. No.
Oh,
Listen to me carefully. I told them, Kingsley no bashman, no?
Kingsley attack you?
Yes, Kingsley no bashman. Said I heavy and heavy. Now listen to my people, right? When somebody do good, regardless of what political party they belong to, and they did good, right? Good must be good.
Right.
It doesn't matter, they do good. You understand? I am not a fanatic at the end of the day. I just support people, not party. People, not party. Understand what I'm saying? And I don't see why, if the minister said something wrong, why everybody had a down on she and call she names and say all kind of thing about she and she's a good person generally. You understand? She may have said something wrong, but that don't mean I had to jump on the wagon and shoot she down.
Yeah.
No, I would not do that. You understand? I just look at the heart of a person. You know? By his deeds, a man shall be known. You know? Okay. So don't come to attack me and say, oh, I play in white jacket, black jacket, and all kind of crap. You understand?
Christine say you're talking stupidness every...
She can't justify nothing here. She can't even call in here and make a good contribution.
Christine,
she can't even call in and make
Christine
a good contribution.
Will call in.
Okay, let she counteract what I say is not
no,
true.
she will call in. She will
call in what? Them look at only them is where called type. Them behind keyboard champion. Them call them bad boy champion behind keyboard.
Hi, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. You are live. 4, 3, 2. All right. Let's take this one. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Evie and Top Cat.
Yes.
How you going, my brother?
Hi, cool man. Don't say Kingsley throw you under the bus, yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, nah. Kingsley should not do avoid that. Nah. Hey, but hear this now. Evie and TC.
Yeah, man.
Everything is going on. It hurt my heart when I hear some of these callers calling and making some kind of contribution. Like, you know, like they didn't realize that there are poor people out here who really and truly suffering. There are people out here who really and truly on the internet and the children couldn't get no education to study SCA.
That's correct.
Really have that. It really have people who wake up the day to go to SCA and then have a send the children, to pay passes for the children to go and sit. It really had them thing.
Yep.
And I think to be making these kind of statements is people who have and don't know what suffering is all about. So they feel like everybody's supposed to be in them same position. You know when I learned to use laptop, when my grandson get laptop, that's how I learned to use laptop, because sometimes you will come and ask for help, and by helping he, I learned to use laptop that I've both on phone now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Really have people suffering out there. And when you see all you come out and talking, people only look to come down and all you and ridicule. But if they're smart and they take an objective view and look at the other side of the fence and just looking at their side alone, they realize that the world revolving under many ingredients for the pot. And not because you have all the ingredients in your pot that your food tasting good. Mean that poor people have ingredients for in their pot that taste good too. They could be only eating green fig and butter.
That's correct.
You understand? But they're coming out and talking in a kind of way like they could do better. Every time poor people try to do better, who does fight we down? Who does fight we down? Look at the vending in Port of Spain. They ain't have a cent. They ain't working for how much? Months now. You ever hear the corporation who they paid money to come out and say, well, for the vendors who ain't selling, we'll go to social welfare and get something for them in the meantime? You ain't hearing that. Right? anything for people look at DSS, people king with DSS. They come and they take the people money. Spend 55 million to go after 27 million.
Wow.
They're talking about Kamla and them thief, how much billion. They never bring down police and things to lock up Kamla and all of them. Right? So people who talking and saying for people could do this and for people could do that, anything for people develop to do to take themselves out of poverty, it has get fight down. You understand?
Yes,
so
sir.
you people who want to call and everything PNM do, like PNM spitting all them out and all they can't see nothing else, I'm sorry for all you. Because what we're trying to correct now, if big grand and great grand, they do the same thing we're doing now, we'll be living in paradise right now.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yeah,
and heavy, I'm gonna tell you something, I'm gonna tell you something. You see, if you allow yourself to be a mat, you can't be upset when people wiping the foot on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Correct.
You have
right.
a blessed day.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
I
brother.
like that ending of that.
Yeah,
boy.
so
Like a real strong thing.
What?
Boy.
If you allow yourself to be a mat.
Don't be mad when people wiping the foot on you. That's real different, I'm telling you. Hi, good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, TT.
Yes, good afternoon, man.
You know, I don't get the highest. I'm here 96. My grandson, 61 years old, 7 years. And I get pension, I get once a month. And if I do, I put my phone postpaid just to make sure he can keep the thing to do school. Can half of the parents outside there, they could have a phone. But they don't want to buy a phone, but they could buy a pack of cigarettes. They could drink a little beer when they go to the ground road once a month to collect me, and I try to see them down the road buying beer. Sitting outside, buying beer and sitting outside. So the internet part, all you have to sacrifice. You have to make sacrifice for your children, and if you do that, how they could survive. I going down the road, but I making sure my grandson have his school. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I making sure you have his school. Some years trying to get a laptop, nothing. I finished book 3 years ago, so I make sure I put aside, I bring because my house isn't finished yet. And I still catching my to put on with it. I'm near balling. But I'm making what I do, what I get on someone do.
Mm-hmm.
I sacrificing. I ban my belly and I sacrificing. Me depending on the government of people begging asking the government. Sacrifice. I just take bus. Since I get the buses, bus ride, I know them taxi and not taking out taxi. I know every hour the bus run, any time the bus ride doing. You have to do the bus ride. And people not doing that, they want to live lavish. If I go in the market, I see something too bad, I leave it right there. I don't want it. I don't have to buy it. I don't have to buy tomato. You have to buy all them things that cause them things. You understand? I could eat rice and peas, rice and split peas, rice and
Caller.
Yeah.
We have a break coming up.
Okay, we have a break coming up, so you have to wrap it up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I didn't disturb him because I know we have a break coming up in just about
I
30
didn't see it.
seconds. So after the break, we will be continue taking your phone calls.
I wanted to say something, okay, but I wouldn't say it again because we had a break coming up.
Yeah. You
So
see,
people
still believe that when you demand something, it's because you're dependent on the government. People still I was like that at some point, until when you really realize that it's all the things that they throw behind when they do the politics. But when I come back.
When you come back.
How them girl and them so boy? Sometime I like money man. Know you like Susu man. From the age of 10. Hey. Had my first girlfriend. I didn't have no paper when she wanted ice cream from right round the bend. But don't fast forward later then. Tell me now how much money you spend. It's for Susu hand way you get. What? She marking every cent. Yo. You see I trust too much girl in life. You see I make too much of a choice. You see I try to do what is right. Yo, never me again. We tell them my heart is first. All them girl is the worst. I heart is first. Can't take it in reverse. I heart is first. All them girl is the worst. All of them are taking no horn this year. Give me your horn. Give me your horn like jump up. Jump up. I horn it like Dig down. I have a question. No. You ever get horn? No vocals. No vocals. Ding dong, you ever get horn? I get real horn. All when a car blow me by a traffic light, I get frightened. First I get horn. You feeling 2021 you could take a next one, boy? Never me again, I jamming them girl first fight. I horn in first. Can't take it in reverse. I horn in first. Because I horn in first. Horn in. All them girl is the worst. I horn in. Blow the brass. 1, 2. I horn in like. Jump up. Jump. I horn in like. Let me get one. Eh. On a man. Come in now. Honey. Second way gone. He ducking. We all get it, you know. All right, let me get this one. Give me the play. You get one too. Fed up. Like how you're so slim. You understand? Take down. When I born, I fat like you know. I had the size. I not fat, I thick. Hello. Give me the second verse. No, at the age I went. Yeah, man, more money to spend. I juggling both of them. Yeah, what? The friend and the best friend. And they want me to spend. They what? Pay the bills and rent. The two Susu hand way again. She still say, she take cash and check. You see, hey, trust too much girl in life. You see, I make too much of a choice. You see, I try to do what is right. There we go. Never be again. After me, them girls first fight. I horn in first. All them girls is the worst. I horn in first. Can't take it in reverse. I horn in first. I want them to turn it to Roy Kim. I want everybody to give us some horn. Give us some horn. No, give me the horn right now. I horn in like. Jump up. Second, I must say thank you for giving me the platform every day. I'm grateful. All the love the contagion. One. All the love TikTok. Everybody. Thank you. Yeah.
Greetings and blessing in the name of our wonderful Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia. And we would like to invite you to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on The Street, 919 FM radio.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444.
Please be sure to tune in and prepare to be blessed.
My life, I lay it on the altar. As my life.
Did you know introducing different Gerber puree flavors into your baby's diet can expand their palate and allow them to accept more flavors and texture at an early age? With Gerber, you can explore and be adventurous by introducing more variety to your little one's diet with our new Gerber puree portfolio in a convenient squeezable pouch format in fun flavors like apple, pear, and mango. Gerber purees are 100% natural fruit purees and do not contain preservatives. Gerber from 6 months onward.
You have been asking for him, and now he's on every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45. Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Call him and ask him about any legal matters that may be confronting you. Also, you have questions about the Bible, about spirituality and religion. He is able to answer. Join Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45, as he will be dealing with legal matters and matters of spirituality on the street, 919 FM.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home, or get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestateTT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements: silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359
or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Well, Heavy, as we are back, the phone lines are crazy, so I think we should head straight to the phone lines. So our number 2, hi, good afternoon, welcome. Hello? I don't know why this one is not, what's going on with this line? I don't know what's going on with this line, Heavy. This is the 771.
That is WhatsApp number?
No. But one of the lines is giving a little problems. Let me ask the caller. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome. No,
yeah, good afternoon.
What number is this? Are you calling?
Yeah, the 466 I was dialing there. There's the 342.
Oh, there's the 466.
Since this morning, it getting trouble with brother Dave.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the 342 pumping.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I remember when they make the call back, finally it moved like a big man. I didn't get into big up on that vibes now.
Yeah.
That's what lacking in the country now. That kind of big man kind of vibe now. That's what lacking in the country. You had a personal experience with the person. You can't just adopt everybody else's view when you have a point of observation of the same person and you have another perspective. So that wasn't something too wrong that they did there, bro. If you understand what I'm saying, and don't feel no guilt free. Don't let nobody get no guilt trip off of that, and you will go back to your criticism and your whatever, blah blah blah. But don't let nobody make you get no guilt trip off of that way you do that, bro. That is what lacking in Trinidad and Tobago. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Correct is right.
Right. And the next issue, the part where speaking about where the children lacking with the laptops and thing now, bro.
And the internet.
Is a height now. Here what's going on, rich people does homeschool their children. Right? I had that experience. I used to work in the taxi service and I see poor people do it too. I see women who struggle, band their belly and homeschool the child, pay a teacher to come, wherever, 2 days in the week. One day, you understand, and bring up, and those children does be very successful with examination. It doesn't see a classroom and it does be very successful. But what I'm trying to say, everybody might want to head in that direction. Pick up the slack. Right? So I'm saying sometimes too, when you see a child reaching up to primary school and think, what to do when you start to buy the books? The parents should start to read the books, even though you can't read properly and things. Start to read the books, the primary school books, the whatever grade they're going up. You get ahead, start buy the book and try and go through it. If you can't read, go alter. Because part of the problem in terms of not picking up on the slack where your child lacking is that the parent unable to sit down with them and deal with education. You understand what I'm saying? Even though some simple sums and things could be going mad. So it's a piece of advice in order to kind of crack the system now. When you buy them books and them, no matter what you read it, even though you can't read properly and when she come home from work and you picking them up, you will get to learn to read too. And so it's just an idea I wanted to throw there. I looked on and listening all the program and I just missed it. So thanks. Have a good evening.
Thank you, my brother.
Real nice contribution. Really nice contribution. Really, really good contribution. I enjoy that. We have to start to interact with our children more where education is concerned. Not just put the book in front of them and tell them learn your work.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. You have to be there to understand what's going on there, and you can share your views and you can learn from your children as well. Hi, good afternoon, welcome.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I too want to endorse that contribution that was just made. Finally, you're hearing somebody saying something instead of just, oh God, we catching the team. I'm hearing something outside of that, and the government had to give me and that kind of a thing. Give some suggestions. Form some groups, community groups. Who is a teacher in the group, who know a little more than the other, whatever. Give ideas of how this thing we can help each other where the learning, the teaching of our children are concerned. There's so much more can be said on that. But that brother there, he said a mouthful and even more. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. He did.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
all
not
right,
you.
Cool. Nice. We continue to take your calls. You know the number that is active right now. You can call us at that number. That number is 3420081. That's the number you can call us at right now. I think the WhatsApp line is still Up and running. Let me see if I have any WhatsApp. You can also WhatsApp me at that number. I'm getting a WhatsApp call. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Brooklyn.
Yeah, heavy. I call back in, right?
Yeah, you
because you see, people still didn't understand what the program start about. Because I hear I call in and say that people had to stop drinking by the corner and stop buying cigarettes and study the children. No, heavy. Listen to what I'm saying. If you in a state of emergency or pandemic, right? You watching still what people doing when everywhere in the world, as I tell all you, the iPads came home to my house for my children. So even if I used to buy a cigarette, even if I was a gambler, even if I didn't used to take care of my children, the laptops came home because of the situation the countries in the world is in. The laptops came home to make sure that whatever I do, they ain't study the government or whoever will study me, they're studying them children.
No, Brooklyn, somebody was saying online, right? I'm just saying what I read online that you're trying to compare apple and oranges there. This is Trinidad and Tobago, and that is America where they print their own money and stuff like that.
No, TC, you know why?
I'm just saying what I read, huh?
Okay, but that same person who text that would never text the same thing when they comparing America to Trinidad with their politics. What I am saying is it should be easier for Trinidad and Tobago to get it done because we only 1 point how much people. And I'm not children. I'm talking about in looking at Trinidad and Tobago throughout the Caribbean. We could have get it done if we were paying attention and doing the right thing when it comes to our children's education. This is what the topic start about. But people will call and say, but the parents ain't doing and the parents ain't saving for a rainy day. This have nothing to do with the parents didn't bring the pandemic. You understand? Some people living paycheck to paycheck, you see.
Yeah,
it's how people living paycheck to paycheck. People working CPAP and URP. What they can really save? What they can save? We talking about poor people, you know. We talking about people who might have a URP job or a CPAP job, and how much time they can work URP because sometimes you get 2 and then you miss 2. You understand? So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about these people, children. So these people who texting that nonsense and understand what this thing is about. We're talking about the children who didn't get a fair chance in the examination, right? So you can't come and say, well, the parents. No, these are the children who the people in charge in the Ministry of Education should have reached out for them children before this examination. You understand what I'm saying? Look at next thing to TC to show you something. Look, my oldest son is 15, right? And look at, he's a high grade student. He gets all his grades is high marks. The Ministry of Education here have something going on where because it's summertime, he get a job in one of the big metropolitan hospital here. You understand? New York Presbyterian. He get a job in there to stay home and work 4 hours a day. And he's only 15, but he get recognized through his grades. And then after 2 years, after he finished high school, he could directly go and start working in Metropolitan Hospital and go to college. This is what these bigger countries is doing. What we're doing you understand, I know no rich man, so they can't say because he get that because I know no rich man. But we can have the same settings. We always want to watch what America do. My point is, we always watch what America do, but yet still, we seem to be, we're not picking up the right things. We want to pick up things here and there. We want to pick and choose what we want to copy from them. This is what I am saying. This is my point. I don't want to know who say, but you can't compare to America. But that's why we should have been in a better position, especially when it comes to we children. That is my point I'm making.
Thank you,
all right, fellas?
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah.
TC?
Yeah.
You see, let me ask that question. Do you think our country is kind of strapped for money right now, finance right now?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You think we have money to take care of all these things?
I think we have money.
But apparently people believe in the country that the country has no money to take care of these things.
I've been honest. I don't believe that. I've been honest. I don't believe that.
Let me ask the question. If you believe that the country has no money, and because we cannot print our own money, that we cannot afford to give every child a tablet or a laptop in the country, and we can't afford to see about the people and them, or take care of the people and them, or at least help the people and them who are sent home from their jobs. Mind you, these people were working, right? They weren't dependent on the government. They were dependent on their jobs. But because of the pandemic, they are home for
and
over.
Now they dependent
and now they're dependent on this little stipend.
Well, they're dependent on something.
Yeah, they're dependent on something. Nobody can say they're dependent on the government.
Yeah, they're dependent
you
on
understand?
something to happen that they can
survive.
Feed their
okay? But do you think that we have no money right now to see about all these things?
No, I think we have.
So where's the problem? So where's the problem then? Then it says wickedness?
No, it's just that, all right. And this is how I see it. This is not the views of anybody else. This is my views. And it have been from there that way from then to now. Right? They just does not care about the poor people. They don't care about poor people. And you brought something to me a few weeks ago when I used to be real bashing, and you ain't changed me, but you open my eyes a little bit with the coconut issue. And that is really what happens in the financial world.
Thank you.
They would pull out a certain amount of poor people from being poor and bring them up a little bit, but they're not rich and they're not even middle class.
Yeah.
They don't have, but they just give them
enough
to make them feel that they have, right? That they could defend or sell dreams to the ones that below.
That don't have at all.
That don't have at all. And that is so truth. I cannot dispute that. They would, and then if they, when then it will become a comfort zone at some time for that person who above average.
Yeah.
Right? Then they will just try a little more corner again.
Yeah.
To make you jump again. But you will never be rich. Rich is, rich to me is when you don't have a $1 million. $1 million is not
rich to me is when you rather study how you pay your bills.
Right. You could just
you rather study how you rather study how you pay your bills.
$1 million does not make you a rich
person. No. Nope.
$1 million will make you comfortable, but it will not make you rich. And if you don't know how to manage, $1 million will finish in a blink of an eye.
A blink of an eye. Less than a day.
If you don't have a home, and you're renting, $1 million will not even buy you a proper
home. No. Nope.
Right? It will get you something to live in, but it will not buy you a proper home.
Correct is right.
Right? So $1 million doesn't make you rich. So when you told me that day, I even argue with you that day when you were talking.
Yeah, argue with me when I talk that.
Right? And then I started to, because I'm into this arena now, so I have to look at what's going on. Right? And still I have no political affiliation. I'm not near here nor there where politics is concerned. I'm not yellow, green, blue, pink or nothing. Right? But that analogy is very, very clear. So, with that question you just asked me, it have money.
It have money.
But it have money for who have money.
It have money for who have money. It have money for the people who need it.
If I am a billionaire and I have, let's say I just giving you figures here.
Yeah.
I have 10 business.
Right.
And I find my business start to look like it going downhill.
Yeah.
But I still have like
assets and things.
A 10 million and some assets. And I still have some money.
Yeah.
My personal money and thing. And I could come to the government and say I need 40 million bailout.
Yeah.
I will get that faster than a person who's going to the government and say, I don't have no food to eat and I need to get my bills paid and I need $2,000.
Yep.
Just 2,000. The person who need the 40 million
will get a bailout.
Will get that bailout with a 20-year plan, a 100-year plan. than to just give a poor person. The poor person, as you ask and you say, well, I need to get the community lights and this and that and he asking for, he begging, he asking for a hand.
He looking for a handout here.
Yeah. And I cannot take that.
So, but the 40 million is not a handout, you know?
Yeah, I cannot take that with some of the narrow-minded people.
Right.
Because I heard about 3 callers saying that, and I am just saying to poor you, because you're not depending on the government.
Nope.
You're not going there every month and saying, give me. It's not that. We are in a situation. They are telling you the pandemic is what is the cause of this situation. Then if that's the reason, then you know that drastic measures is called for.
That's correct.
We have this the fund, the Heritage and Civilization Fund. This is drastic measures. This is what nobody expected this to go over here. I didn't. And I just always say it, I didn't expect it to go over here. I didn't expect the pandemic to be going on all now.
So why we still have people believing that when we come on this radio station and we talk on behalf of poor people and trying to get some kind of financial aid, assistance, food, even
because
proper...
they believe that you're PNM. I mean, they believe you're UNC.
They believe I'm a UNC.
Yeah. You know, I don't put what time I'm out at. Okay.
So because
they believe that you just don't like PNM. Remember, and we talking facts. This is this inside here is Trinidad House.
Inside here is Trinidad House.
Yeah. Inside this building here, I'm going to break it down for you. Right?
Is that the Red House?
No, inside this building here is Trinidad House. Because they believe, just as they say, Trinidad is PNM country. They believe that 919 FM
is PNM station.
Is PNM station.
Right.
So they would have the opportunity to just, everything must be PNM, and if you're not siding with PNM, if you're not a PNM, or you just come out every Saturday to talk the ills or what the PNM doing, or to try to feed people that are getting feed, or today, as you say, speak about the
education and
you are against PNM. And this is PNM station.
So for talking for the people, I against PNM.
Yes. That's how they
but then if I against PNM for talking for the people, then the PNM is against the people.
It's very difficult.
That's what I say, no?
Yeah.
If I'm talking on behalf of the people and I against PNM, but for talking on behalf of the people or for the people, then PNM not for the people.
It's very difficult to get up, right? Religiously, Monday morning, 5 a.m. And from 5 a.m. to whatever time in the night, you get fed with 1 spoon.
1 spoon.
Yes. 1 spoon.
Over and over.
All day long.
Yeah, 12 hours.
Right.
Right.
From Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
And then at Saturday, 12 o'clock, somebody else comes out for 2 or 3 hours to try to feed you something else. Right? Or to try to defer you from
whatever you has been fed.
It's like listening to dancehall right through.
Yeah.
And then somebody come and put on rock for 2 hours for you. You wouldn't like it. I'm just
the programming going on 24 or 12 days a week.
Yes, and you
4 days,
in
6 days a week,
trying to change.
And I come in and saying something different.
That will cause a problem.
All right, but it's have people that listen to the different and open their eyes.
Yeah.
And coordinating and making good contributions.
And I'm not against that. You ask me a question.
So I'm just
saying.
I'm just a little light in the darkness.
Yeah, well.
Amongst all the darkness, I'm just a little light.
We have a caller here that's calling for the longest while. Let's see.
This little light of mine.
Hi, good afternoon.
I'm
welcome.
gonna let it shine.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello.
A pleasant day to you, TC, and a pleasant day to Heavy. Paul here.
Hey, good day, Paul. What's up?
I'm good, actually. Kelly?
Yes, Paul.
All right, let me tell you something, right? People always want to depend on the government, right? Where you can be self-sufficient, right? I mean, right now, in terms of the pandemic, it's difficult for persons who could really move forward, right? But the government is an institution and a structure. And I mean, with the alleged statement that the minister had made, right, which the indication to me it wasn't true, right, that people greedy or whatnot. It was greed. It was the reading of the word. People in the opposite side didn't read carefully what the minister said, right? And that's the thing. If we don't do accountability part where we are concerned, we are the government, then it will be free for all. And that is what the UNC continues to do. And that is why people from the East-West corridor, let me finish, Heavy, because we get back to it here.
We are not talking about that.
We are talking about that. It's social issues you're speaking out. You're speaking about the tablets and the laptop and the inefficiencies
you know what
of the
I'm talking about,
government.
trying to change my topic.
So these... No, I'm not changing a topic. All of that fall under the same system that we are speaking about. I am simply saying that I'm not picking up for PNM because PNM do nothing for me, but at the same time as a structure. When one government go there, they get 5 years or whatever, and they cannot even deliver, right? Yes, PNM integrity supposed to be questioned at this point in time, but the government performance not supposed to be based on a pandemic. And that is what you are guys doing. And let me also add this. And I would like to commend the Minister of Education, Nayan Gapsi-Dolly, right? If you looked at the past minister who was there to now, she had really did exceptionally well. Right, so if you all want to bash the other minister to know, it's a different. She did well. I mean, students weren't able to get laptops and devices right on time, but there are ways and means you could work around it. And I think she done well.
Paul, if you want to compare our government via this pandemic, you have to compare them to other countries that is also dealing with this pandemic, right? And if you want to compare us to other countries that's also dealing with this pandemic, you're going to realize that other countries that is dealing with this same pandemic, that numbers that are even greater than us or even was worse than us, have certain things in place for their citizens when they put them under lockdown, even Jamaica. You understand? And in that category, this government and this country of ours, have failed miserably, and they can't deny that.
And that is what you can say because that is your opinion.
That's not my opinion, that is the facts.
Other countries maybe have certain mechanism placed at that given time, right? But I must commend our Prime Minister because it's the Prime Minister that you don't like. Right?
It's not a point. It's not about me and what I like and what I post. It's about the facts, Paul. Don't come and spew your PNM agenda.
Let me tell you something, right?
Compare Trinidad and another country.
Well. Right?
To which country?
Comparative here.
To which
I am not doing the comparative here.
Paul, if you have to say that,
Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, and if you have to say that, Paul,
Trinidad and Tobago was other countries went through the different phases at that given time.
We did better than who? Which country?
We did well. We did well so far. We was ensuring that our borders are not open when the UNC wanted it to open. Right? He opened it when he decided that it should be open. We have to talk about that because UNC
didn't have the country. UNC didn't have the country under a pandemic. That's why you can't do that.
You know what, Heavy? UNC had their chance and they failed miserably because they had time in government to fix what PNM didn't fix. And it's not a negotiation right now. Thank you.
You're on an agenda. I can't take the PNM UNC thing.
I know. I am not going to cut off Paul because I don't want anybody to say that we are, or you are, or I am, because I just cut off the callers, right? Only allowing people that is running with what Heavy see, right? It's a program where
you know, right?
But,
this is only happening here.
But he talk crap. He talk crap. He talk crap. He talk crap.
When I tell him to compare with other countries,
Paul talk crap from the beginning. Paul talk crap from the beginning. And Paul talk crap. Paul talk crap. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome.
Oh God, Lord Father. Wow.
Good afternoon to the mid-evening program.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mr. Tabakit here.
Yes, Mr. Tabakit.
Look, let me raise a pertinent point, my 2 cents, but connected to the entire discussion. And I think this have been missing. This is a critical ingredient to the entire discussion. How do we deal with stress after this pandemic. And I'll tell you, this is critical even to SEA, to people who is vulnerable all over the place. I'll tell you, stress interferes with every individual in a different way. And with stress, it causes you to do things which you normally will not do. So the big question here, when the school is reopened, let's say they have one guidance officer or a dean of discipline in the school. A lot of children would be coming from home which do not have the means. For instance, you all was discussing laptop, SEA and all these things.
Right.
And if we tie in that word stress, then we would understand, because for instance, earlier on, you all was talking about a guy who cannot meet his bills.
Right.
And what stress will be doing to that person's entire psyche. Now, this could cause a lot of breakup, a lot of domestic violence. It will have children who will be uneasy. We could throw in the term post-traumatic stress. How are we going to deal with that? How a nation, because what we're looking at here is solution. But is there any solution for the word stress? Let me coin the phrase. Stress is the only cancer that you cannot see with the naked eyes and collapse the entire function of the immune system. So the nation got to be prepared, the schools, the business, because a lot of people will be lashing out. A lot of people will be snapping. And I am using that key term, stress, how we work around it. Because I tell you, look, if there is no finance in a family, you find somebody going to start to snap. The children, sometimes you may say, but wait now, why this child is acting up this way? Because the child is stressed out. So this child will behave in a different way. Now, how does it connect to the topic? It has everything to do with the conversation. And that is why I am adding this 2 cents to ask the both of you all as two good hosts. If you all will want to flesh out a bit, if you all will want to tie it into the discussion, how does stress interfere with the human psyche? What will happen after the pandemic?
I think we'll need a psychiatric evaluator here to deal with that, or somebody who is qualified at that or something.
Let me stop you.
Who is qualified in that field, in order to give us
Let me stop you a bit. I'll tell you what. Now, I hear you. You with me?
Yeah, I hear me. Yeah.
Right. Which I know for a fact you need a psychologist.
That's correct.
You need somebody who would have studied that.
Yeah.
However, what we need to do is to cause people to talk. Because I'll tell you why, Regardless, I hear you, we need that professional to start to touch it. And there's where I hope perhaps for the next program, this is where you all could cause the program to even get more high marks. That if you all could get a psychologist to come in. However, one of the things we have to understand by talking and finding out, it releases a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and so on. So sometimes I think we need to get in there. You say yes to the politics, yes to everything, but I want to tie it in to the entire discussion. The main problem that's going to affect everyone, because if you can't pay the bank,
I am understanding exactly what you're saying, but in order to touch on that topic, you have to have a certain level of information and a certain level of understanding about it in order to come up with solutions. And we cannot just come and just talk about the stress that is happening to the people and not have a solution on how we're going to deal or cope with that. If you understand where I'm coming from, this is where we need a professional here. You understand?
I know where you're going. Let me close this way. A lot of the callers who call in the program and speaking out this way, they are stressed out. So they're lashing out. Yeah? So I hope perhaps today, if you all could touch just a bit on it, and if you all could get that professional, so that people could call in, because a lot of people is stressed out.
I understand what you're saying. So what you're saying is people can call in and vent.
Of course,
right,
we want people to vent.
All right,
but I hope you get that professional. And I want to hear when I come off the phone, because Brother TC is silent on this one. When I come off the phone, I want TC to touch just a bit on it.
All right, thank you. All right, Tabakit.
Tabakit. Yeah, pulling me in that.
Yeah, pulling them in that.
No. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. But he made a very valuable point.
Namaste, good evening to you, gentlemen.
Look, the man who threw you under the bus, boy.
Kingsley threw me under the bus.
The Kingsley threw you under the bus, boy. Kingsley, I hear you throw my brethren under the bus. You went off on heavy. You understand?
Yeah. I still think that Ghana should have used your word wisely, because if you know it did not do nothing wrong, why you change your word so that some need and some in need?
Kingsley,
yeah.
Kingsley, I'm asking a question, right? Marley McDonald, your mother, your next mother, not your real mother, right? Yeah. You will listen to anybody come on any radio station and bad talk Marley McDonald? And you know personally, even if Marley McDonald do something wrong, you will allow people to chastise she and drag she name through the mud?
No, I think that
think about it.
I think that you made a wrong example. I think that you should use Kamala as that example.
Kingsley, you're too wicked. Kingsley, you're too wicked. No, the reason why I use Marley McDonald because she's a PNM and she helped people in Port of Spain South. Yeah, and that was the place you was from, and she even went ahead to help you at a certain point in time. So you wouldn't come up here and no one say nothing about Marley McDonald or let anybody bad talk she?
I wouldn't deny she by helping some people, but the same mother and kind of thing. Is that she know what I mean? She has stepmother. You know what I mean? Or I want a mother or something.
Wow, Kingsley, see you?
Yeah, boy. Kingsley, now Kingsley.
We have to call you Africa, Kingsley. Listen, hold on.
What's with that?
Kingsley, hold on. We have to carry you Africa. You know why we have to carry you Africa?
Yeah.
Because we had to put you in the jungle in Africa to hold elephant. This is one of the biggest traps it's having.
This is what you see.
Yeah.
You see, when you're in the mouth of the beast, let me know. I mean, I spent 7 years with Marley McDonald, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 years, you know. And Marley eating cake, Kingsley eating cake, you know. When she driving in the vehicle in the front seat, you know. I could boast about that. She's in the front seat. And any meeting that PNM have, she's making sure I'll be there present. You understand? So I can tell you that. I can say it's scary, but the question was stepmother.
Okay. But just how you and Marley was good, me and Donna was good. And I would come on a program and have people bad talking the woman and dragging she name to the mother. I will defend her. Right? And it doesn't matter. You know I'm not no PNM. But I wouldn't come to say and side with people and say, yes, this and that. I'm not doing that. I'm grateful words and all that.
I'm not saying. I also, because it's a lady in the PNM, I will defend any day, anytime. Because that lady from ever since some Manning days is the sister of this country. And because she's the sister of the country. And I'll tell you who's that lady. That is Miss Beckers. Is it Penny Beckers?
Yeah.
That is a lady, a woman who admire.
I agree with you.
And a future leader, a future prime minister of this country, Miss Beckers is that kind of person. You know what I mean? Yeah. And anybody I hear her talking shit, today, tomorrow, I will jump out. Because so far, the ministry of what she running, it's running fair. It must have some kind of hiccups and more kind of thing in the ministry. But see that woman ain't making no kind of statement to hurt poor people. This woman ain't doing nothing so far, what I see and what I know, to hurt poor people. You know what I mean? Yes, people go complaining. I remember she inherit a lot of strictness go on in the AGC. Right? But Paul calling to defend the PNM and have no solution.
Yeah.
He couldn't answer he couldn't tell us We say we do good and better. Who we do good, but who we do good? But Grenada, Barbados, St. Vincent, Guyana, Jamaica.
We did well.
We did well.
We did well. We did well.
Compare some other country, but then who will do better than?
Who do better than? Who will do none?
Just tell us who not better.
Yeah.
But in comparison, we did just as good as.
You can't answer. You can't answer.
Yeah, can't answer that, man. Because say why we do good because how today we under a lockdown, a SOE, a fishery emergency. It's all cutting we under right now. Like, and because of leadership management, it's a kind of leadership management, so they're calling to protect the mishandling and the nonsense that they do. For the last year and a half, we number one. Now we come number 0, the worst in the world. I don't understand that. Wow. I don't understand that how we reach this stage that we under lockdown, we can't get food. People complaining, people saying that why the Prime Minister eating ham, lamb, and jam every single day in the house, and he churn every night, and people out there always saying, I am needy, I am greedy, I am hungry. But we know that Dr. Rowdy tell us that he dare to empower the rich, so the rich go get this crumb. How a Prime Minister, any other country, a Prime Minister said that in another country, oh no, this any other Prime Minister could come and watch the public and tell the poor people of a country, I am helping the rich. So the rich go, and you know from the ghetto, once you have the rich to have the poor, the rich taking all, TC, the rich taking all.
Yeah.
That's why today there is people working paycheck to paycheck, government working, a professional work. That can't see them because there's no middle class. There's right now there's poor and rich in this country. Yeah. If we have like Virginia Hines living in Marby in a 5-story house, but then there's nobody. If you know like in living in a big long house and have walking on a rock and boat, where you use nobody. I mean, if you know like the UNC MP then who driving big Prado and big Benz, use nobody. These politicians are making thousands of dollars because it's heavy.
Yep.
They ask the government to cut the salary. Why the 41 MPs don't come up with a pay cut? Why them take a pay cut? Perks there.
Perks. They're even bringing down vehicles now. Brand new vehicles coming down.
They have a phone. We cost. The funds on it is about $2,000 on its funds. They have a book. I just had to go in the gas station with a book, with a book. And the Prado falling. The Benz, because they put an MP sign on the Benz with a buy for the personal users, and go to the gas station and say, I'm an MP. Look at my book here. For this car for me. You understand me? They get food. They might get $5,000 with perks, $6,000 perks to go and buy food. So these, none of them ain't take a pay cut. None of them ain't take a pay cut. But one of them put in, and one of them, who raise up their hand, who the first person to take a pay cut. All of them have to take a damn pay cut and feed the poor. So, gentlemen, I hope that today we get to ease up on the country. You know what I mean? I think that street food should be sold back out there. That's the type of open that street food. Some of there. I think that the malls, the barber shop.
Kingsley?
Yeah.
You will continue to cook.
All right, Kingsley.
The cook, right?
Yeah, man, take it easy.
You will continue to cook, Kingsley. Cook.
Wow.
I don't think
anything opening up.
I don't think anything is going to open up.
Okay.
He would have started to indicate that
there's something I want to raise, but we're going to raise it after the next one. In a little half an hour we have until they come on. I want to find out something. Well, take a call.
Rastaman.
Oi, PC.
Yes, sir.
And Heavy.
Yes, brother.
Heavy, I want to thank you very much, boy, for convoting.
For converting me? You hear?
Confession is good for the soul.
You see, it's not.
Confession.
You see, it's not good to tell our brethren. Well, all right.
I don't know.
You see?
No, you have to give credit where it's due, TC.
No, they will say TC hate the PNM too. I don't hate the PNM. I have nothing against the PNM.
That goes with the territory. When you make statement like that, it goes with the territory. But thank God your eyes opening up. So even when they talk things like that, it come like water running off a camel back. So thank you. Confession is good for you.
Wow, you call
Yeah, you know, when Kingsley talk a good thing, they just come and you see all them ministers and all of them laughing all the way to the bank. While we suffering out here, them laughing all the way to the bank. And I think people lose the gift of when you vote a government in power. Because they're thinking that, all right, what is the sense? You're voting a government in power. You still have to look for ways and means of making a dollar because they're going into the office and they're not doing that for you. Right? I thought them is thing what they were supposed to do. Why you have to be forming community to do this and do that and do the other? The government have the ministers for different communities. They're supposed to be going around to the different communities, know what is the needs of the community and put things in place. Why people feel that every time you ask the government for something that you have no right to do that.
Yeah.
That is what you vote our government for.
That's correct.
We put you there to work for us.
That's correct.
Not we working for you. So that they're nothing back to front, and that's why we need problem. Look, they're talking about laptop, old laptop with the channel, but I'm bringing my mother. You know me, I'm a mother with this kind of topic already, right? But all long in part of Africa, in Africa, children using tablet. Right, we now get a laptop, children using tablet, and the same laptop, you know, like they say in the stone that the builder refused, does end up being the head cornerstone. That is what's going on with the government and the laptop. And let me tell you something too. I noticing something with this government. Only pay attention to this. Anytime PNM in office, the country never have money. Never have money. It's always poverty and doom and gloom. And anytime another party take over, they have money to do all kind of things. Plus thief. I will repeat. Plus thief. Right? And you see Paul? Let me tell you about Paul. Paul is the perfect example of a stupid, notice, brain-dead psychopath.
Wow.
You see how we come out and talking all kind of things and he don't have no solution because he can't answer. And that is so shameful. When you see you have people with them kind of television, heavy, cut them off quick because they're wasting your energy. That energy they're taking from you for negativity, you can take that and turn it into positivity. Stop it.
Yes, sir.
Confession is good for the soul. Confession is good for the soul. Have a blessed day. We're not seeing all you on TV. I know what's going on.
It's on. It's on.
To learn the switchboard.
It's on. It's up and running.
It's on, but you're not seeing all you. You're not seeing no picture.
Well, if you check it now, it's up and running properly now.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, man. Cool. Hi. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon.
I'm listening you people on the studio. Great program with you two. Now, you all is not CNN. You all is not UNC. You all is enlightening people how to take the country further. Right?
Yep.
Now, thanks for this program. Now, I want to say something. I do not know what happened to these CNN people. I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about PNM people who vote PNM. Now, if you look at this country, all the time PNM rule this country. Even though I know when Eric Williams went, I went and voted that year. Oil boom. And what he do? You understand? He kill agriculture. Now, I don't want to start with that. That is a whole story because we was agriculturists, cocoa land, coffee land. Everybody abandoned the place. Now, the bad management in this government. Now, if you look at Rob Bunsen, under the coup, that is the man who opened Mount Hope Hospital. The first thing he opened was the animal hospital, and that hospital was built, and he opened that. Under the coup, nobody, no price raise, nobody then hungry, And that was a serious time, very, very serious. This was COVID killing, but that was very, very serious for that for Prime Minister, but he handled it very good.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I don't know if these PNM people that only eat foul head and foul foot, they can only pick and dig. They're not thinking. You understand? Foul is only pick and dig. But you are a human. Think where the country was and where it is going.
Correct is right.
Where it is going, what will happen to our children and grandchildren? Huh? So I can't understand these people to say something good on the radio. Don't say about PNM or UNC. Talk about what's going down, the country going down under the PNM. Thank you all, sir, and thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kola.
I tell you in a heavy, I tell you that.
This is why I like to talk on a Saturday, because I get to tell people like that.
Shema Thompson say all it wouldn't last long here.
All
it will not last long
I
here.
don't give a foot what Shema Wilson is saying.
Not Shema Wilson, Shema Thomas.
Shema Thomas, sorry, Shema Wilson. Whoever
She said
Shema
all it
Wilson.
will not last long
I
here.
am saying this elder lady fully understand, right, that no call here, and if I have people like she listen to me and like what we are doing, I will keep the fighting.
Paul come back with some facts.
I may hear Paul come back with
Paul
some
have
facts.
some
See,
facts.
but I have some facts.
Paul, what's up?
Pleasant day again. Let me tell you something, right? That caller who wants to bash me, right? Sending sexual videos in my inbox.
What?
Right?
Paul, this is not the
want to
program. Paul, this is not the program for that. Inbox him and tell him or tell her you don't want no sexual video. Do not come on radio. That Paul,
please.
Paul,
I don't have only one show. I don't have only one show.
Usume.
Yeah.
You couldn't. How they end up with your number, Paul?
I want to know.
How they end up in the inbox?
I don't want to know.
In your back box, your front box, whatever box it is. Not here, Paul.
No, we don't get. We're not taking that there. We're not doing that there.
Wrong
Don't do that here.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
You have 1 minute to make a contribution.
Yeah, TC and Evie, I want to contribute my little piece here.
Yeah.
That it's so sad that it take people going so low before they understand where you are. The Rastaman from the go here, take we to hit rock bottom, then to realize you know what we hitting. We don't hit rock bottom. And that is why my contribution last week is why we continue to do autopsy instead of surgery.
That's correct.
Why we continue time after time after time. All we do is autopsy. So we know what caused the problem, but you don't go on, you can't help it.
You can't help it, yeah.
And you will call back when you come back from your work.
All right, cool. Thanks so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. They're mad in this place.
I just want to go back to what the lady. She's on elderly. She's on elderly, and I want to go back to her talking about that people not understanding, right? What we had and where we going, what we're going to leave for our children. If this is the situation we reach now, are we thinking 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road? What future Trinidad and Tobago have? Are they not understand that we keep going down? Things not getting any better, and we still doing the same thing over and over, as Rastaman say. Wait 3 seconds. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna come back.
Ladies! Moving back your cool, you baby girl, so your heart.
All the independent ladies want to be like this, wear this.
For a very strange reason, baby, you're so underrated.
Strike it up, strike it up. Hey, girl,
but there's no one other than you at all. There is no one could ever call you a friend, because you're hotter than them. You are the best overall, you're hotter than them.
One time.
Uptown, downtown, sneak anyway.
We're ready to go back on the road and say hands in the air.
Because we uptown, downtown, sneak anyway. Hey.
1, 2, 3. Hey,
say you wanna wine, say you wanna move with the crew, say you wanna drink everything that's fine, girl, what's another wine? Hey, so if we move with the crew, no one drink, we go 2 by 2. Pass one sack for your girl, I say your girl get through.
We're bet.
Cause I wanna feel the feeling, so
I say who
every day. Spend money day, it's a violent. I say we day, so we up, down. And if you love soca, we say 1, 2, 3. So let we do this thing the right way, and let we pick up the vibes in here.
Patrice again.
Lyrical, girl, steal my heart like a criminal. Somebody make it up to roll up on me like a door, social distance white. Social distance like a criminal. Hey, yes, no girl, I come here alone. I ain't breaking no code. Stop the clock right now. Girl, what you feel like? I can make you feel like. And we could jump all night. Like your head nice. Run to the back. So high. Check it out and go in the floor. Let's see the wine, let's see. Hey, girl, run the shot. Bend your back and one. Come for that. Give me that one. Give me that. Give me that. Give me. Girl, you look so good. It's not that nice. Give me that. Let me sing. Give me that. I go deeper, wine like a criminal. No resistance, shot. Look it up and wine like a criminal. Like a criminal. Stick it up and criminal. No. Help us see. If you wine on, you cannot tell nobody. This is between you and me. Keep the vibes that you're bringing. Bring it away.
Keep the bumper rocking on me.
Everybody give it up for Patrice Roberts, please.
Somebody make some noise.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the line had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gotta be home in time for the curfew. Keep safe.
Friday the 9th of July, it's all about EMG Reggae Music Marathon. Geared to feed 100 families right here in Trinidad and Tobago from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on IWER stage. Hosted by yours truly, MC Duke and the beautiful Aisha Wells. Artists touching the stage to that night, Jah Melody, Zebulon, Empress Smooth, Queen Omega, and Gongsman. You can donate via PayPal at 682-217-2401. For food sponsorship, call Cynthia 3974-311 or call me Brewster at 365-7723. Sponsors for the night: Proper Production Entertainment, IRP Fire and Safety Limited, Cruise Line, Bacchanal Songs. Look, it's all about EMG, King Extreme Racing, SNS Persons, Grocery Rio Claro Miaro. It's all about EMG.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT.
Salvation full and free. Salvation is for everybody.
Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
The Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James is now on the Street 919 FM every second, third, and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Monday. The Bible says, the Gospel of the Kingdom shall be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end shall come. For more info, call 652-0924 or 298-4540 and join us every second, third, and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Monday for the Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Well, you know, I always have to ask the question. This is our third and final hour. Yeah, this is our third hour, not final hour. In half an hour, we will be joined by the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Let me take Tobago, Tobago, good afternoon. Hold on, Tobago. Tobago.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just finish. I didn't want you to miss this. So I am just all right. Right. So to me, Heavy, I would ask the question for yet another Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Are you expecting anything? Are you expecting any opening of restaurants? Are you expecting anything?
No.
Tobago, how are you going?
I'm okay, guys. The Facebook giving trouble.
Yeah.
But I'm okay.
So, are you expecting anything? Are you expecting anything today? Any new development? Anything?
I just like other people. Yes, I'm waiting to see what they will be doing. That is all I could do. Waiting to see. I finish it off. I finish off my quarantine. I'm going back out to work next week. God spare my life.
Right.
So I just waiting to see.
You're waiting to see what's happening.
That is all. Yeah, I waiting to see. Let me see. Guys, I'm being realistic. We have to take with time in how we opening out, because other countries open out and had to close back quick.
all I just praying for that when they do open my account, we the people do what is right. You understand? Wash your hands, sanitize, social distance, and all this. Because we don't know who has this thing from who in everything. This thing is very real, right? Because up to this day, we are baffled of how my husband contracted this thing because we are so careful. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just watching and keeping my fingers crossed.
Mr.
That he could open back out something that my two daughters could, open back out their business because them self-employed, them just do the thing. My little daughter is a hairdresser and my big daughter, I just help she out with she little food thing.
So all
I just watching to see.
The food card get money on it yet?
I'm with that food card story. We ain't going to deal with that food card story, TC.
Lord.
We ain't went and deal with that food card story. I tried to see if I could get onto somebody big in the dance to say about that situation where my daughter is concerned. So we ain't going to say about that food card yet. But some of these people, they're too wicked. They know people who come in for the little help and they're preventing other people from getting the help. And when they're done, all the blame, they'll be throwing on the government. Not all. Sometimes some of the blame needs to be true. But things like this, when people come to get a food card, help them out. Because remember, they just visit your home and all these things before they get your food card, Here in Tobago, they just do it. They just come on to see what you have in your house and all them kind of things before they present you with a food card.
Lord.
Yes, they do. They do.
All that
they
investigation.
Do. You just don't drop there, get food, and say you come for a food card and they're giving you just so. You want to know how much persons in the house working, what they're working for, and all these things. You understand? With my next minute. You understand?
Yes,
so
I'm
don't
hearing
get it easy over here.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't get it easy over here. They do come and visit you. But you were home, my daughter did get through with her food card. I paid for my house. So when you watch my salary, they're saying for truth that I'm coming home with not much money, right? And I myself could not help you because at the time she was not working. She was going to school. So it was easier for she to get the food card, right? But, boy, that's how the cookie crumbles. So how the weather doing with you all, guys?
We ain't getting much, doing good? We ain't getting much weather in the north of Trinidad. Or you should say north.
Yeah, because I see one or two floods. I see one or two floods on the little Facebook. Well, we good here. The place kind of gloomy, but the rain ain't falling. I see my neighbor washing his vehicle down and thing, but rain ain't falling.
All right.
It's set up to fall, but rain ain't falling.
All right, darling.
Like that. So I'm going back and see if I could get to tune in a day on the YouTube to see if I could still, I like the Facebook. I don't like the YouTube.
Well,
you don't get the more information on the YouTube.
The Facebook is up and running. You can check it out. It's up and running.
All right.
I sorted it out. All right.
Well, I'm going back there and tune in. Okay, guys. I'll let me home safe and keep safe.
Okay.
All right, honey. Good afternoon.
Hey, TC, good afternoon, buddy.
Good afternoon.
Heavy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, caller. What's up?
I'm cool, man. All right, I'm going to make this quick. Boy, hear what? What I'm going to say to you all is this. We live in a time where politicians could never arrest any politician. It's across the board. All we hear is, I got arrest this one, I got arrest that one, and nothing comes out of it. Right? We are lucky enough to say that one particular person actually got some money back, right, quote unquote, and that's it. However, with regards to this food card story, I know of somebody personally, right, driving a Prado, right, and have a food card, right?
Not the first time I hear things like that.
No, you're talking about recently? Right now?
Yeah.
Because I remember when this government had came in, they take back all the food cards and said it had racket going on in it and they're going and fix it.
Buddy, Heavy, let me tell you something.
So
buddy.
I don't think nobody should have a food card who don't need a food card right now.
But let me tell you something. The government could fix how much they want. Once it have the corruption on the inside, it stays right there.
Thank you
Because
very
what means people facilitating the corruption.
Thank you very
right?
much.
And no matter how much you try to fix, right, it have these sticky hands who would help the uncle, the friend, the friend, and then
Exactly.
Right? I know of a person personally, right, who they came to the person's home, right, and so because the lady had 2 fridge, right, now she gets what's the name of this grant, and she has a granddaughter. Right, her granddaughter gets a special grant because she's a special child, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets what you call a public assistance grant. Because they came to her home and they saw she had 2 fridges, right?
Mm-hmm.
They cut the card because of that.
Wow.
Right? Because of that.
Wow.
Now, mind you, this I find is absolute foolishness. Because you come to somebody's home and because you see something, because they have something, you take it upon yourself to cut it. Right? And the individual that came, I could describe him, but I'm not going to call name. Right? The individual is an officer. Right? And he came there and he told her, well, you know what? You can't get this, because you have this and you have that. Which is absolute foolishness. There are people who are entitled and who are in dire need of this, and it's not going to them at all. Right? I could tell you of instances where people go with their car and they're still not getting money on it. Right? Yesterday I went to purchase groceries, right? And I could tell you personally, a lady went up to the counter, right? And I'm going to say it, in Southern Food Basket, right? And when she went up to the counter, the card had no money in it. None.
No money.
No money. And the hurtful thing about it is the new brand card with the logo on it.
Yeah.
Right? New brand. Tell me why are you all giving people a piece of plastic that has no value? They need to revamp it again. Because there are persons who I know personally who are wheelchair heavy.
Caller, the claim to say
I
that
know people who are on wheelchair not getting it.
Caller, the claim to say that the country has no money for that.
Well, let me tell you something heavy. This is my view.
Do you believe the country has no money?
A country where there's run. No, I don't believe that cap at all.
Oh my God.
Because you go come to me and tell me that a country only have money for 3 days. I stand by that. I don't believe in that. I don't. Period. Otherwise, how the country running? I don't care how much you have to borrow money, yes. Truth and in fact, yes. But here, what the money you're borrowing to do certain things for people, not getting to people, it's not reaching people at all. Right? So then you all prove to me, right, across the board, if the country don't have money, how every parliamentarian getting paid? For starters.
Right.
And then people just want to quarrel with you for that. People just want to get upset with you for that. The country don't have no money. No, well, you tell me the country don't have no money, or you start by taking pay cuts.
Correct.
It only don't have no money
for the poor.
It only don't have no money
for the poor.
For the poor. Tell all that.
Exactly.
And that's just,
for the
that's
poor.
just a
It don't
fact.
have for the poor.
That's just a fact. And some of us so narrow-minded, right? That, hey, we just run with that. We just go on with that. And don't depend on the government. But for election, on every placard, on every banner, this is the government that is working for who?
You.
For who?
You.
No, just now. That's not the government that working for who?
That's an agreement.
Oh, thank you.
When Mark said question, I thought we all in this together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buddy, let me tell you something.
I thought we all are in this together.
All are we in this together.
We're not in this together at all.
One thing I hold it. You know, one thing I would always say before I go. What did the Prime Minister said? He said, in order for the poor to come out of poverty, right?
Enriching the rich.
We must facilitate the rich, enrich the rich, so the rich can help the poor. No, hear what? That is absolute rubbish.
So we are the mercy of the rich. We are the mercy of them. So get them more rich and then hope to God they help we.
Yep. All right, man. Yeah, and hope, eh?
We are the hope they help we.
Yeah.
Because
they don't
after
hold
they
no
don't get
ties.
more rich,
They don't hold any ties.
them don't hold any ties. Who tell you I going to give them my money?
No, I will open more industries.
You think?
Yeah.
Why don't I take all my money and go somewhere in another country?
He died last say.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Come on, people. Come on.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, listening, I enjoy all the program. I really enjoy all the program. The best program for a long time.
Thanks.
Now, this Prime Minister would look to tell people in this country, the elderly, the pensioners, that pensioners is a burden on him. Wow. But, that is a thing I never hear in my life. One. And two is, he is not helping this country nowhere with food. The little planting and what he must give them people. That may be lasting them a week. You know the people who help him? The people they call Shewakiti. The organization is a young boy. And he helped in St. Vincent, Dominica, Trinidad, anyway. And Gipsy and them, you see the Supermarket Association.
Yeah.
They help him.
They're helping
And
people.
the Mahasabha board, we don't have race in this thing. The Mahasabha board, they have a committee. And every week they make big hampers and give it to anybody go there and say they don't have food.
Yeah.
So they are the one who really maintaining Trinidad to my seeing. Because the two-tree planting and the two-tree little thing where I see the given day. I mean, if people have, you have 2 children and 2 big people in your house, how long that could last? So really, I don't know what this government do. This is a rich country. A rich country. They're exporting fish to China. 6 vehicles in one house. This is paying tax. Now you know when we open the borders and you hear the place get back in a mess like before. When Kamala tell him open the borders, it didn't have COVID like no. And Kamala and them, this is not politics I talking. Munilal and Kamala and I calling on the radio and saying, do testing and spraying and do immunization, and our country will be better than any other country. They don't do nothing. And we don't know if we get in vaccine that we can pass on it, because I see that happen in Brazil, I see it happen in other countries. Thank you.
All right, Cora. Thank you very much.
Well, we're supposed to be having press conference in 10 minutes, so, you know.
So,
have you expecting anything?
No, what is here? Yeah, I would understand. Yeah. We've locked down for more than a month now. A little more than a month now.
We locked down for more than a month?
Yeah.
I'd say I check it as 2 months right now.
All right.
I could be wrong.
Almost 2 months, right? I know how the thing here. Now, before the lockdown, our numbers and deaths were like up there, right? In the hundreds cases per day, and the deaths per day were like double digits, 11, 12, 15, 16, right? Now, if we lock down a little, as you say, let me go with you and say about 2 months, approximately 2 months, right? Our last COVID report, there were 9 additional deaths and 124 new cases, right? Okay. To see, for the past month and some weeks we in curfew, we had state emergency, the place locked down, where people are only coming out to do shopping, groceries alone open and all this stuff, right? Is the cases going down? So if the case is not going down and the death's not going down and we lock down, then the lockdown not working.
Well, they are saying that the cases is going down, eh?
They say, well,
they're saying that the cases are going down. Where every Saturday they come to say that the numbers are going down. The parallel healthcare system is looking It is not in the red anymore.
Right.
Right. It is at the last press conference, which was Saturday. It was at running at certain parts of it. I don't know what they call man kilmer. So certain parts of it is running at 75% and stuff like that. So they are saying the case is going down. I am not seeing it in the numbers that they're putting up every
Because
day.
they're putting up numbers every day and then they're saying the cases going down. Right now we
I'm
have
not seeing
6,733 active cases. I read them from the ministry website here, the Ministry of Health website here, right? Up to as of yesterday, this was the last one I got as of yesterday. I didn't get for the 124 new cases and 9 deaths, right? And I could go back and compile all the different ones that you keep getting every day, and so far, it just fluctuating. One day 9, one day 12, one day 5, one day going back up and down, but the numbers are still up in the number of new cases. And we talk about people in new cases. Is always up in the hundreds. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that if we're still having all these new cases, we're coming out. If we're under lockdown, and why?
Because people still being
They're trying to say people still jailing the scene.
Yeah, they say well, it had to be that heavy. People still being irresponsible.
Is it that or this lockdown thing not working properly? I'm just asking the question.
To me, it's not working properly. But again, they would then try to blame
the people.
The people. And I am one who used to blame the people again.
Yeah.
Right? But now there's no more people liming on the promenade.
No.
You will still see a few people liming about Port of Spain, yes. Like the opposite the promenade underneath those business places. And then you're seeing the police being very active and coming and running them and stuff. But that is not in a big amount. It's not in a big amount.
Well,
and people again is being very, very, very careful.
Yeah.
I am seeing a lot of people doing the right thing.
Correct is right.
Washing their hand. Nobody, no mask below chin.
Chin and all them. No. Not even seeing that again.
Yeah, people walking with their own sanitizer, their own. They ramp up on their own safety.
Right.
So I really don't know where the new case is coming from.
All right, let's ask the question. So any calls on the line right now?
Yeah, we have a lot of
take
calls.
a calls, yeah.
Hi, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. I think it will be more advisable that you call the 342 number.
Yeah, the 342-0081. Please call that number.
Call that number and you'll be able to get it, right?
Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, TC and Heavy.
Yes, brother.
Hi, good afternoon. First time calling in all your programs.
No, man.
Welcome.
I heard the statement you make that you ain't see nobody wearing the mask below the chin.
Well, I'm saying I said it. I said that it's happening way less than what's happening before.
Because up to just now there on the taxi stand going to south, about 6 or 7 of the drivers and them, they're talking up, all of them talking together, and none of them had a mask on the all of them had a mask under the chin. I asked myself, I said, wow. I said, and these people is now talking about people now wearing masks. Now, remember, it's not only Port of Spain who have the problem, eh?
Right.
So as much as we might watch Port of Spain and say we curtail it and trying to keep the people from mingling and thing out there, it's all over the country. This problem is, huh?
Right.
You know what I mean? I just saying that, boy.
So you're saying that people are still being you're seeing a lot of people still being irresponsible.
Which Trinidadians to the bone, you know?
No, I can't say which Trinidadian to the bone and just go with that, man.
Let me ask you a question.
Right,
do you think the lockdown is working?
Of course the lockdown is working. Because you mentioned something just now there about the
numbers.
Remember when we started getting remember before we was only getting 2 a day, 1 a day, 3 a day. When it started reach 30, when it hit the 17, we started ball. Everybody, oh God, people say, oh God, Trinidad going through. It reached 19, 22, I think was the highest.
22 was the highest, I think.
there are people who dying,
Right.
and then the cases start jump from 20 from 50, I think it reached to 200, 300, 400, oh God, 500, 6. Well, guys, when people say, "Oh God," like this place, you know what I mean? It reach, and some chance to do the right thing. So if you're saying that you're reading the website there with the case reach 120 something, you telling me that is not a significant drop?
No, I'm asking because for the since we look.
It is a significant drop. You cannot just rule out that and say the cases, the cases still high.
I am asking the question. I didn't say the cases still high. I am asking the question, right? Based on the numbers, right?
Right.
That we are having daily, right? We still up in the hundreds with regard to new cases. So I'm asking if where these new cases coming from? If we are still locked down, you know, if we locked down for so long now, almost 2 months we are locked down. So where these 100 and something cases coming from, and thing where people going to contract the virus? In other words, that we're trying to say. You understand? I'm asking the question. I'm not saying or implying anything, eh?
Well, I took to me, right, what I'm saying that, remember, this is a virus unseen. So it's easy for the virus to jump to somebody who don't know it going and jump on you. So if people mingling, as much as the whole purpose of the lockdown is to stop the mingling, because before the mingling, before the lockdown, it had a lot of the cases started to climb. So that's why they enforced the lockdown. So due to now to the lockdown, you know what I mean, you will get the cases high, and it will be coming down gradually. If everything will not drop down all at once. If you understand what I'm saying, it will all the cases will drop down all at once. As it's seen what's going on right now, it's coming down gradually.
All right, caller.
You're expecting anything to open up today in the press conference, caller?
To me, the only thing really I will say I see might open up back is probably the construction, and have couple have couple places. I would basically say the construction and things to other things like we will support the construction industry.
Okay,
you understand?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But the construction anyhow is earmarked to open tomorrow, right? The construction sector is earmarked to open to Monday, right? So that is not something to expect. He already said that on Monday, that the construction sector will open, at least the government contracts.
Okay, cool.
Not private contractors. Contractors that is doing government contract is earmarked to open tomorrow, and that will go ahead. You know what? I'm looking at if anything other than that may open tomorrow. Could take our next call and see.
Okay.
Hi, good afternoon.
Mr. Evian, Mr. PC.
Yes, good afternoon.
You're saying about lockdown. This lockdown is not working now. Because I'll tell you something, if you want to lockdown, I say if you want to lockdown a country, let me come out 1 day for the week, 2 days for the week, and let me start afresh after a month.
Okay.
And see what could go on after that. You understand? Because we don't have a curfew, you can up to 10, some days you can up to 6. Come on, man. I find that making sense. When it's a holiday, it's 10 o'clock, you stay inside, lock down the whole country for a month and let me start afresh.
Okay.
You understand? But I was saying, talking about the laptop and the computer and things. Heavy, between me and you know why people, the youths on them, have no retainance and all them things? All the memory, when they see something on your phone, the computer, all the memory is in the phone. We, old school, used to use books. We research from one book to the next book. So you must remember something that you researched then. You want to find out the answer, Go on your phone, and the answer come up. They're not exercising the mind, the brain. And that's bad. You understand? That's why he works so hard with this today. It's anything to thinking anything, the wild. The life moving fast. You understand? When you start, if the students have to deal back to the books, you go see how patient and cool, the pace go get within a country. Because you studying for something, you want to answer, you jump in the phone. Google, tell me so and so. Google tell you. What kind of learning is that? You have to searching. You understand where I'm coming from?
Whether we like it or not, that is where
this is the
technology is going.
Can I ask for give up more information?
You understand? I sure. You have a big. You don't have a big back TV home still. You don't have your flat screen already. This is where technology is going, and this is where I understand that there's a lot of things that we want to hold on to, and do it the old school way,
but not this.
But technology is fast, and learning is happening so fast that if you decide to read a book, by the time you don't read that book, your child don't read that book, the next child is 3 steps ahead of your child, because
there will be 3 steps with answer, but not retainers.
No.
If you understand what I mean.
We have to go to the press conference, caller. The press conference is up, so thank you very much. Yeah. Heavy, we're making our way out. The press conference.
Okay, people, until next week, Saturday, we're going to be back here, same time, same place. Going to the press conference now.
Taking our total since March 12th to 33,153. Those recovered thus far are now standing at 25,554. Total active cases, 6,733, with 866 deaths. Total persons in home isolation, 6,106. Total persons in state quarantine, 170, and those that stepped down, 132. Minister Diasing will go into a little more detail in terms of the vaccinated population. Dr. Hines, if you want to come and give us the epidemiological update.
Thank you, CMO. Honorable Prime Minister, honorable ministers, colleagues, members of the media, members of the viewing and listening public. The epidemiological update for the data updated as at 2 p.m. on July 2nd is as follows. At that date and time, we noted that there is that continuing downward trend that we've seen throughout the month of July, with the number of cases arranged by date of swab date when they presented to the health system continuing to fall incrementally from day to day. So we're seeing that we have progressively fewer cases being identified on a day-to-day basis throughout that month of June, and we're hoping that that trend continues. We look at how that looks on a weekly basis when we aggregate the data. The last week that was completed was week 25. At that time, there were 1,556 cases. Today is the end of week 26. And with the preliminary figures coming out of the lab, we expect that there'll be about a 20% decrease from the total last week to the total this week. So we've been seeing where from week 22 to week 23, 23 to week 24, 24 to 25, 25 to 26, we have had sequential decreases in the totals for the week. So this shows itself in the heights of those bars, the heights of those blue bars being progressively shorter from one week to the next, indicating fewer cases accumulating at the end of each week. The salmon section at the background is the positivity, and we see that that positivity for the week that we're currently in, the week that we're completing now, week 26, that positivity has fallen to about 27%, and going in that direction is considered to be a favorable trend. The smaller the percentage positivity, the happier we are that there are decreasing numbers of individuals in the population with circulating virus at this point in time. Looking at this over a monthly time scale, We see that the month of June concluded significantly lower than the month of May with respect to total numbers of cases. The new color on the right-hand side is that month of July. And the salmon section is now positivity aggregated over a monthly basis as opposed to a weekly. And we see that for the month of July, which is really only 2 days old in terms of data, we have a positivity of somewhere between 21 and 22%. The demographics for those who have tested positive throughout this time frame have remained largely the same, 50-50 in terms of percentage males and females, just about, and the majority of them being in that 25 to 49-year-old age group. Looking at the deaths, one of the things we noted is that there was a swing or a change from an overwhelming preponderance of men, where we were at 75% men to 25% women, and now we're just at about the 60-40 mark with regard to men versus women among the fatalities, with about 34 to 35% of those people being under 60 and the majority still being in the over 60 age group. Again, noting that most of these people would have had some form of comorbidity, noting that most of these people would have had without comorbidities who have also had fatal outcomes, and therefore we all need to continue to be careful. Looking at how the projections or extrapolations that we've done have borne out, we do see that those blue bars, which represent our daily cumulative totals, have basically kept track with the gray line, which is possibly just barely visible above the blue bars. And that gray line was the extrapolation of where we thought we might be, gauging from the rate at which we were accumulating cases between June 3rd and June 17th. And we basically still stayed at more or less that rate. There's been a small decline, an incremental slowing, but not a very big change. So we have seen that we've continued to slow, but maybe not particularly quickly. Another important measure or yardstick was that doubling time that we had indicated in May. We reached another doubling point, and we'd gotten to that doubling point at about 41 days. It took 41 days to double from our total in April to that total on the 16th of May. And we thought at that point, at the speed at which we were going, that we may double again by the start or the first week in June. And that would have been a 21-day doubling time. But we've actually managed to slow that significantly, so that instead we've only met another doubling landmark 44 days later as opposed to 21 days. So again, just a yardstick showing that braking force was applied and that there has been some slowing of the rate of transmission, numbers of new cases, but we're not out of the woods yet, and we need to continue to apply the public health measures in order to continue that slowing trend. With that, I turn you over to Dr. Richards for the health system update.
Good afternoon to the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Ministers of Health, National Security, Energy, and the Office of the Prime Minister. Good afternoon to members of the media, the viewing and listening population of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you once again for joining us at our press conference. This afternoon, I'd like to provide a summary on the hospital levels in the parallel healthcare system, and that is across the 16 hospitals and step-down facilities that have approximately 1,000 beds. This information is as of 9 a.m. on the 3rd of July, 2021. The rolling average, that is the average number of cases per day over the last 7 days, is 197, and Dr. Hines would have gone into some detail on this matter previously. The gap between the admissions and discharges over the last week continues to remain very